Hello, world. Welcome to episode 134 of the Jimmy Canz Show. It's NXT Battleground prediction time. Coming to us from Lowell, Massachusetts at the Tsonga Center, I guess that's pronounced. Tsonga?
I think we can get away with Tsonga.
Tsongas? The Tsongas. Yeah, whatever. It's on the campus of UMass Lowell. So it's NXT time. Let's get into the card. Let's kick it off with the triple threat for the North American title. Wesley defending against the big, strong boy, Tyler Bate, and the leader of Schism, Joe Gacy. I'm going to go... I'm going to say Wes retains.
I'm with you. Wesley,
you with me?
Wesley with the retention.
Mm-hmm.
I just right now I don't see the momentum or the point of anyone else running the title right now.
I mean, I can kind of see them having, Gacy doing, a little manipulative thing here and then maybe sneak something out. That's kind of in the back of my head, but not strong enough.
And could you imagine somewhere down the road, maybe Wesley versus Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah, be interesting.
Somewhere down the road?
Somewhere down the road. So next up, another title match. Got the recent signee, Dragon Lee, challenging Supernova 11, Noam Dar for the Heritage Cup. Obviously, since it's for the Heritage Cup, this will be under British Rounds rules. Those of you unfamiliar with British Round rules, we have 6 3-minute rounds, 2 falls needed to win. Unless there's a DQ or a KO in one of those falls, and the match ends at that point in time. 20-second rest period between rounds if all 6 rounds expire without somebody getting the decisive 2 falls. Whoever happens to be ahead is the winner, and if there is a tie, that goes to the champion. So which way you going, Rod?
I think everything is in Noam's favor here.
You think everything's in Noam Dar's favor?
I think so.
All right. Noam's had that title forever. And for that reason, I'm going with Dragon Lee.
Switch it up.
They got to change it up a little bit here. Otherwise that kind of, the American audience probably isn't that familiar with, the Heritage Cup. I mean, obviously, NXT UK, even though I enjoyed it, it was not that big over here in the States, so I don't think that many people really followed it. So you got to do something fresh and to get people excited about, the British Rounds rule type of matchups.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh. All right. Next up, obviously we won't be able to discuss a winner in this one. We'll just kind of discuss what is kind of happening here. Indy Hartwell called up, NXT Women's title vacated, got a tournament going on right now. The finals of said tournament will be determined tonight on NXT. It will be either a former champion, Roxanne Perez, or Tiffany Stratton taking on either Laya Valkyria or Cora Jade to determine,
yes,
the finals for this vacant title. So what we'll do, after tonight, sometime in the week, Rodney and I will discuss it a little bit offline. Mm-hmm. We'll put our picks down in the comments of the video here. So we'll make a pick, before the actual event. So you'll have to come to YouTube and read the comments below to find out who we're going with here.
And you'll be at YouTube anyways watching our.
I know you'll be riveted to our other content. So
it'll be right down there in the comments.
So just kind of thinking out loud, I think I think the 3 strong. I think one of these things is not like the other, so to speak, and that's Laya Valkyria. I don't think she's got enough steam right now with the American audience. So I think Cora is going to come out of that one. And then if Cora comes out of that one, you would think Roxanne would come out. So you have the heel babyface matchup in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also pretty high on Tiffany Stratton right now. Do they go heel? Do they shock us and actually have Lyra advance? I mean, like I said, I don't know. This one is a little intriguing.
So so y'all gotta come back and check the comments as we get our finals to who we pick.
Like I said, my money's it's Roxanne and Cora in the finals. Who you thinking for the finals?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I got Roxanne and Cora in the finals.
Okay.
And now, if that manifests, let's just do a little what ifs. Marvel what ifs. If that manifests, I'm liking Cora Jade.
If that manifests, you're liking Cora Jade. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, you've had Roxanne as champion for a little bit there. She was a baby face. Then Indy won it in the ladder match. She was a baby face. So maybe we're about due for a heel champion.
I think so. Like it's what I feel. It's what I feel on this one.
Mm-hmm. Possible.
Gotcha.
All right.
So we'll find out for sure.
Yeah. That takes our main event of the evening for the NXT Championship. Champion Carmelo Hayes defending against two-time former champion Braun Breaker. Got that new heel edge going on now. Obviously, Melo will probably have Trick in his corner. I'm saying Melo don't miss. I'm going with Melo.
Yeah, I like Melo. I think the heel turn is more for Braun's future than his present.
I agree.
So I think Melo, he comes away with the win, send everybody home happy with the face, quote unquote face, retaining. Braun gets that even more edge, as if he needed any more edge. He gets even more edge.
Yeah.
At the heel, and we might can prep him for some more things down the road.
So there you have it. Those are our picks for Battleground. One difference. You're going Dar, I'm going Dragon Lee. So that's the one to watch here.
There will be a winner.
Yeah. I mean, this one kind of like Night of Champions. We've only got one difference. It tells me, what that tells me, Rod?
What does it put you in the mind of?
It puts me in the mind of, maybe we've got too many of these shows going on right now, that you can't have any real big build. So you got, these kind of haphazard thrown together cards. Maybe we need a little more time to develop things and let things breathe.
Yeah. But it's too much money to be made to let it breathe.
Well, here's the thing with that, though. I mean, in terms of money to be made, I mean, everything's on the network now. It's not like you're getting monthly pay-per-view buys.
Agreed.
Yeah, if people are subscribed, they're subscribed already. You're already getting their money. That's the biggest thing there. And then, I just,
What's troubling you, Jimmy? Let's talk to the people for a minute. Let's break the fourth wall and break it and talk to the people about what's bothering you. Go ahead and tell them.
I mean, I think long-term storytelling, especially when you got multiple brands now. NXT is not quite the same animal. They're not having the monthly shows, but the other thing too is just your weekly program in anymore, whether it's NXT or Raw or SmackDown. It's not like when we were young and when we were growing up, in the 80s and early 90s and stuff like that, where your weekly shows were pretty much all enhancement matches. So seriously, your weekly shows were all enhancement matches. You might have one marquee match, on a show. And not even every week. That was every once in a while you get a marquee matchup on an episode of Superstars or Wrestling Challenge or
I got you.
And, you get marquee matchups pretty much every week. Raw's 3 hours, SmackDown's 2 hours, all marquee matchups.
And the fact that they did that when they got rid of the enhancement talent.
Well, part of that was it was kind of necessary to when they made that switch from the weekly shows being just all enhancement matches, more or less, to all legitimate matches. That was during the height of the Monday Night War between, WWE and WCW. WCW started putting on marquee matchups every week. WWE had a match. And now that's just kind of become the norm, and it's what people are expecting and accustomed to. So for that reason, we don't need monthly shows anymore. But
I agree.
If you're going to do that, then I think they need to go to, where some of these monthly premium live events are co-branded, but other ones are just for one show. So you can have a longer build. Obviously, Rumble, Mania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, those need to be co-branded.
Yes.
But anything else you throw in there, it can be for one brand, or the other. And then you have a longer time to build up those cards and those matches, and there's more story, there's more intrigue.
And me personally, though, I think that there may be, and I did do it from time to time, but I think there may be opportunities to bring back even more enhancement matches to build characters.
I see it to a point, but I think what it is now is you don't have your Barry Horowitzes and your Barry O's and
nobody trains to be an enhancement talent. Everybody trains to be a superstar now.
Yeah, but you've got some, quote unquote lower guys on the card. Those can be your, more your enhancement guys.
Yeah.
But I digress. Anyway, those were our picks for Battleground. Come back, see us. We got Money in the Bank coming up as well. That'll be an interesting one. This will be the first big Money in the Bank with a hard brand split.
Yeah, that's right. They have been kind of sharing it recently.
Well, like I said, the last time there was a real hard brand split, you didn't have the women's Money in the Bank involved. If you remember, the last time there was a hard brand split, there were always two Money in the Bank matches, but it was a Raw Money in the Bank and a SmackDown Money in the Bank for the men. Now you have two Money in the Bank matchups, but one's men and one's women's, and you got a hard brand split. So now it's, gives you a little more intrigue. So whether it's a Raw or a SmackDown person that wins it, who are they going to cash in on and when?
I agree.
So, yeah.
Well, Jim,
maybe that's how they get it off Roman.
With a cash in?
Well, like similar to what Seth did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, with a cash in, like after a big match and he wins.
Well, not even after a big match. If you remember what Seth did is he cashed in during a match, turned it into a triple threat. And it
was at the end of the match, but it wasn't after the match. It was after they had fought and beat each other.
Yeah, they had beaten each other down. He cashed in, turned it into a triple threat. But if you remember that Mania, Brock went in as champion.
Yep.
And Seth pinned Roman.
Yep.
He didn't pin the champion, but he won the title. So, like I said, you could do something like that. Roman, whoever he's facing, Money in the Bank winner cashes in, pins his opponent.
My mind just exploded. Listen. You know who it is oh my gosh, this would be it. If it's Solo. Oh my God. If Solo wins the Money in the Bank, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It is perfect.
So we'll have to see who they put in Money in the Bank right now. How that shakes out. Like I said, it'll be our last big show outside of the States for a little while. Because after Money in the Bank will be SummerSlam, which will be in Detroit. Then supposedly I heard the next big international show is going to actually be in India.
Oh.
So we'll have to see what they pull out.
So what's the over-under on the Khali sighting in India?
I don't know, man. They pulled all the stops in Puerto Rico. We had Savio Vega, we had Carlito.
Hey, one of the greatest
Carlos Colon to come out too.
One of the greatest shows
Primo
I've
Epico.
ever seen. one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
Oh, the crowd was electric.
The
crowd was electric. I mean, it just
seen.
shows you, what a hot crowd can do for a show.
Yep.
But I would say one thing you need to be cautious of, and this is the last point I'll make here, and everything is, I know a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, see, they need to go to these places more often." But I think the more you go there, it's diminishing returns, so to speak. So, like after a while, if you go there too often, it's not
new.
It's not they're not as hungry. They're not as Oh, we just saw this. You know what I mean? So
it's not as special.
It's not special. So I think now obviously you don't need to wait as long as they did.
Yeah, but I think they got some places they haven't visited in similar amounts of time. They could maybe try to go back to now. Try to go around.
Like maybe in every other year or something like that. So like I said, we got India coming up, which they've never done before for a big thing. I mean, I know they did that. What was that called? The Superstar Spectacle or whatever it was. I think it was during the pandemic.
Oh,
so they actually they broadcast it here stateside, but it featured all Indian talent. So this is the first time that actually I'll be going over there for a big event.
I know it's going to be insane. I'm expecting that to be insane.
Maybe something in Japan would be interesting, or something in Australia or New Zealand. We haven't been over there in a while. What was it? The Super Showdown? Was that the last time they were over in Australia?
What was the one with Brock over in Japan? Or was that
Beast in the East?
That was pretty. I got up 5 o'clock in the morning. Was it?
Yeah.
So it's a lot, man. I think, man. Jim, I'll end on this too. We have hung in there through all stages of
creative.
Yeah. And I think, man, it's awesome, man, to be here right now where this is probably the best it's been in how long, would you say?
It's best it's been in a while. I think the one thing that probably holds them off from doing too much over in Japan is it's a different audience there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're not going to
culture of audience with the audience.
Yeah, the culture is different. You know what I mean? Like them being quiet is not a indication that they aren't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, it's the way that their wrestling culture audience conducts themselves.
Yes, so I think that might be part of the reason they don't go to Japan as often. You're not going to get like that Puerto Rico crowd. You're not going to get the kind of crowd that you're probably going to see in London. I mean, if Backlash and Clash at the Castle are any indication, is the type of crowd we're going to get for Money in the Bank. So it'll be interesting to see. One quick side note before we get going here, because we're talking about London. What do you feel about AEW going over and being in Wembley?
I think it has to. Like, if they want to be serious about like competing on this level, I think you have to. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I get why they pick Wembley, like the prestige, the name. Obviously, the interest is there to more so than any arena could hold. They're already, I think, around 50,000 or so tickets sold, somewhere in that ballpark, which is more than the the O2 Arena can hold. But whether or not they get to like the capacity of a Wembley, I don't know. But it's still a success, in my opinion, for them. The fact that they sold out, double what an arena could hold.
Yeah. And they're not, and you can tell that they're not kidding around about seriously trying to be a big dog.
Yep, agreed.
Like, they're truly invested in trying to like make this. What was it? They're paying homage to the Monday Nitro sign with I think there's a Saturday night show they have now.
Oh yeah, their new show Collision. The logo is got very heavy Nitro vibes.
yeah. Like I like that. I took it as them paying homage to Nitro. I didn't take it as them like being, being like
absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's their identity. They're embracing that we are the Turner Channel wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with it.
So, all right. Give us a like, share, subscribe. Give us your picks down below as well. wherever you are. We hope you're doing well. Take care of one another, and we'll see you when we see you.
When we see you.